welcome back to another video. Magnum West here, and today we'll be looking at the TonsenArtToys Unbound Wrath, aka Bojack Trunks, and been really looking forward to reviewing this guy and having him in hand, and I can't wait for you guys to see the rest of the review. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so first off, as usual, we're going to look at the accessories real quick, just to get them out of the way. This is the head he comes on with out of the box. It's the, Bojack style hair, or the long hair. He also looks like this in the Broly movie. Then he's got some extra faces for his powered down hair. He's got like a gritting teeth and then a smirking face. And on him, he has like the serious face. I'll show that later on. And then for the Super Saiyan head, he's got the like going Super Saiyan head. Then like he just got diddied, you know. He's like they just punched him in the stomach and he's spitting out, you know, Dragon Ball stuff. Love that face, by the way. Jokes aside. Then he's got like an actual, like he just got socked in the face head, which is really dope. And then he's got like a stern face on him. And then obviously on the head, as you saw, he has like gritty teeth. And then he has the sheath, like the first version. I'm pretty sure I did a review for the first version. I know I recorded it. I don't know if I uploaded it. I have to go check again. But then he's got the grip hands. He has two, but one of them's over here because I've been playing with this figure. But he has the two grip hands right there and right there. Then he has two fists that he comes on. And he has like blast type effects, you know, just regular key blast. Then he's got one to hold the holster for the sword. I think that's kind of pointless, to be honest. I don't see why you would ever want to do that. But then he's got like open palm hands for the blast. And then probably my favorite accessory, besides the head sculpts that he comes with, is this like energy sword. So this does come off, and it's like a broken sword. I'm pretty sure they break it in the Bojack movie. That's what hints at me thinking this is specifically the Bojack movie Trunks. But again, he fits also in the Broly movie. Then he's got like two blast effects. And I don't really remember him ever doing this, but I mean, it looks badass. You could use it for your other figures, Goku and, you know, what have you. And then he's got two of these. I don't know if they're different. I think one's... I honestly haven't even checked it out. I really don't care about the sword holster. I'm not gonna have him with it. But I guess it comes with two. I don't know if one is different or one's like for the arm, like when he's single arming it, or you know, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it for accessories. And like I say, most of the time I really don't care too much about like all the stuff like the holster. I'm never gonna use that. But everything else is pretty fair game. Maybe these hands, I'll never use them because I don't care. But it's cool that it comes with it, right? But yeah, let's move on. And real quick, I forgot to cover this, but he does come with the tattered up, like shirt, jacket type thing. You know, it's more like it's almost like a goddamn G-string for you know, some guy's upper torso because it's like really thin and small, but whatever. It looks badass on him. It's really practical. It's good. It doesn't really hinder articulation. And I am going to show both just so you guys are aware. But first off, we'll look at the aesthetic of the whole figure itself. And oh my god, man. Like, I thought I liked the Future Trunks version better. But this version, I think, like, I don't know. It could be recency bias. I don't know. But I definitely like this hairstyle better. 100%. But god damn, man, even like this, it just looks so dope, man. Like the thing for me is like battle damage figures are so hard to come by because companies don't like doing them because a lot of people don't like them. Like, I don't want to say like, you know, it's a niche thing because I think most people like it in the respect of like the show and the aesthetic, but a lot of people don't like it for figures because it doesn't fit like a whole broad, you know, range of things. Like if you have a battle damage Goku or battle damage Trunks, it's usually from like a specific fight or specific encounter, right? And me, like, I love Dragon Ball. Like, Dragon Ball Z is my, like, probably my favorite anime of all times. I grew up watching it. You know, Mexicans, for us, it's like Goku's like you know, right next to Jesus for us. You know what I mean? As far as like how much we praise Goku and Dragon Ball and stuff. I don't mean to insult anyone. I obviously am joking around, but definitely growing up Hispanic and Mexican, I love Dragon Ball, and so this is like just for me, man. Like I love this freaking figure. I think, like I said, battle damage figures are hard to come by, so this was like a must-have. You know what I mean? Even though it's Trunks, and Trunks isn't like my favorite Saiyan, I hope we get a battle damage Vegeta somewhere along the way because we don't have one. But I freaking love this, man. Like the way it's sculpted is like great. I think the engineering for it, how they applied it, is really good. Um, you know, the knees, like that's really good. Like people are like, oh, it's not realistic. Well, it's fucking Dragon Ball Z, dude. Dragon Ball Z isn't realistic. It's a bunch of, you know, sweaty buff dudes screaming and then turning blonde and blue and fucking red and white and you name it, and purple, right? So I think definitely aesthetic wise, like I don't like rating things, but it's definitely a 10 out of 10, and it's really good. And I think even if you have the original version, which I'm gonna bust that bad boy out later on in this review, I think this is worth getting, especially because it's battle damage. And if you like battle damage figures, this is like super hard to come by. So you know, pick it up. I definitely love what TonsenArtToys is doing in regards to everything. And you know, with that, we'll jump into the articulation. For articulation with this head, just because of the way it's sculpted, right? Like you see, like you're not getting any up pretty much. You're just gonna look forward or a little bit up. You know what I mean? Same thing with down. Like you're gonna get a little bit better down, but just the sculpt of the hair gets in the way, and I'm fine with that, to be honest. You get a decent amount of tilt. Um, but yeah, you're not gonna get a whole lot of range with this guy. But I don't think this guy's getting in any fights powered down, right? For the shoulders, you're getting like almost a Y. Really good, really good. Um, Butterfly joint is amazing. Like I mean, you can definitely reach all the way across, pretty much. It's really good, and then you're gonna get really good back. Um, Obviously, bicep swivel. Um, the bicep, you know, well, blanking. Double hinge, sorry, really good. And then here it's like on a ball joint almost, so you get like forearm swivel, which is pretty insane. And you can see the screw, but I think it's really dope looking. Regardless, it is a toy at the end of the day, and I'm pretty sure you can get it 360. But and then it's on a ball hinge. I will say that these, like I've been working them, so I always encourage people like work your figures. You know, heat them up. I would say if you feel you know weird about it, but just playing with your figure and like moving it around is gonna loosen it up as well. So I would definitely recommend like posing it around and shit if you don't want it to break. And then for me, I will say that the joints are pretty tight. For me, the torso was pretty much stuck like completely. I had to disassemble this whole thing and like heat it up like damn near boiling point, pull it all apart and apply shock oil to everything, including the butterfly joint and the shoulder or the ball that you know plugs the arm into the torso. Um, it was really tight, so I would definitely encourage. And I mean, I do it as a standard practice anyway with all my figures with ball joints. I put shock oil because it just you know removes any stress or any worry that I have about the figure breaking. But definitely mine was stuck. So if yours is, that's what I would say. Just break it down completely. Apply some oil, dish soap, you know, baby oil, whatever, like Vaseline. I'm not even joking. Like all of that works. But I would specifically say shock oil works. 100% shock oil or silicone oil. Sorry. Um, but yeah, with that being said, now that I unstuck it, gets like that with just the up top one, and then with the bottom one, you're getting about that much. So really good range. And then as you can see, I still have a little bit of leftover from the oil, but not a big deal. It doesn't bother me none. And then you get obviously you get the swivel here, and then you do get swivel up here, but I didn't oil mine up that crazy, so it's still a little tight. But I just use this one because it's just easier to use for me personally. Then legs kick up that much. You're getting past 90, like that's insane. I don't care. This is pinnacle of articulation. This is what we need from every single company for every single figure. I don't care. Double knees, and then this is like, I think the ankles is like really what distinguishes like 2.0 from 3.0, right? Like I think the only like Tamashii figure that has this kind of articulation in the ankles that works as well anyway is the Goku, the legendary Super Saiyan Goku. Maybe there's others out there, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, the ankles are insane. And then, I mean, just look at this rocker, man. Like, come on. He's like basically laying down. Like, that's not even possible for a human being. So, the fact that they're able to get that kind of range is insane. And, oh my bad. And hinge, full splits. You know, above, really. I'm just holding it up. I'm not even spreading it or anything. Crazy. So the fact that like there's even people making an argument that TonsenArtToys isn't doing the Lord's work is kind of insane. I think they like I want them to do every single character, including figures that I already have. Like I'll buy it again if TonsenArtToys does it. I think what they're doing is insane, and the price is up there definitely. Like especially if you're buying it in the aftermarket, you're not pre-ordering off of forgot what the hell that Omni-May, or you know, pre-ordering off Ali when it's first listed. You're kind of paying a little bit over, but I would say it's worth it. And in regards to this figure, it just dropped, and it's like it's all over AliExpress right now. I would get it now. Even if you're paying $100, I would get it now, because once this thing is gone, it's specifically this one, it's gone, and you're gonna have to freaking pay a crap ton. And I honestly do not see Tamashii ever tackling these figures. Just the way their company is going, I don't see them ever tackling like BoJack Trunks, or you know, BoJack Vegeta, or Gohan. You know, I could be wrong, but we're talking like maybe 8 years down the road when they'll tackle these guys. But yeah, you can see the head articulation is a lot better on this guy. I would also say oil. I would say oil everything, because oil sometimes you won't get as much range because they might be stuck and you can't even tell. But I would oil it as well. And just real quick on this head sculpt, I mean, come on, it doesn't even fit on freaking screen. It's insane. Let me just put this guy down. Pause. But this one is amazing. I love the pale blonde. That's the way he looks in those two movies, and it's super accurate. And I freaking love this figure, man. Can't get over it. I don't want to meat right too hard, but it's amazing. But yeah, let's get into some size comparisons. And just to answer it real quick, this is how they're different. Obviously, as you can tell, they're pretty different. This one obviously is battle damage, and also with the color palette. So this one has like gray pants, like charcoal gray almost. You see it pretty well, and then it has like a more not as black. It's like a charcoal black, or like onyx, or whatever you want to call it. And then this one has like a pretty pitch black t-shirt, and then has like more like almost like dark, like super dark green, and then he has like the orange belt. Personally, again, like I think this figure is great, and I'm not taking anything away, but this figure just edges it out a little bit more for me, because I like battle damage figures better. And then also I like the color palette better. I like the pale blonde hair. I like the yellow boots. I like the yellow over the orange. And then I like the lighter colors, right? I think it's more eye-catching. And then, but this one is amazing. I still think that this figure is great. I think the like face sculpts on the new one are like slightly, ever so slightly better. But I think that's just because this one's like a teen Trunks almost, and this one's like pretty much adult Trunks already. So, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think the BoJack Unbound movie takes place like right after the Cell Saga. And this one is obviously like during the Cell Saga, or pre Cell Saga. So, yeah, and then obviously we got him next to the legendary Super Saiyan Goku. And again, this is like the only Tamashii figure I think rivals this TonsenArtToys figure as far as articulation goes. Love both of these figures. I think this is like the pinnacle of articulation with both of these guys. They're amazing. There's no pose that you can't get these guys in, and they're dope. On the other hand, Vegeta, my technically second favorite character of all time, is still on the goddamn 2.0 book. And the thing about, I know Beast Deities did theirs, but the thing about it is like I wanted to get the figure just to review it, but I'm not freaking made of money, so I can't just be dashing out money on figures I don't like. But the thing about the Beast Deities that I didn't like is I felt like it looked like almost like a Fortnite version of Vegeta, if that makes sense. Like it didn't look like any of really Tamashi, any of the anime looks, or like really any of the art. It kind of looked like a figure of Vegeta, if that makes sense. Like it didn't look like the anime or anything. So I mean that one doesn't either, to be fair. It looks okay. It scratches the itch for now, but I definitely like Tonsen, if you're watching this video, give us an amazing Vegeta, please. I'm like on my knees begging, please give us a really good freaking Vegeta. And then here we got him next to, I think this looks cool, next to, almost looks like King Cole when he cuts his ass in half. Different timeline, different, part in the anime, but it looks dope anyway. And then here we got him next to Cooler. And I think it fits really well. Alright guys, and I know that was a little bit of a long video, but thank you very much for watching. Again, as usual, I know there's probably going to be a lot of questions because most of my Dragon Ball and third-party videos get a lot of questions. So if you guys would like to see a part 2 with seeing all the accessories or seeing how they're interchangeable or, other stuff like that, this video was just kind of to bring it to your guys' attention and review or overview the figure, right? So if there's any questions, make sure to drop them below. And if you guys would like to see a part 2, let me know what you'd like to see in there. I'm always open to new ideas. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. As usual, make sure to drop a like, share, subscribe. Make sure to check out my Instagram because I always take pictures of these guys. And I will for sure be taking pictures of this guy. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.